46 Kapanani. 53 years of Catholic Broadcasting.
Veritas 846, ang radyo ng simbahan.
Member, Catholic Media Network and kapisanan ng mga broadcaster ng Pilipinas.
Yes, mga kapanalig, Philippine Standard Time ay 8:29 na po ngayong umaga.
Boses ng simbahan, kilos ng bayan, barangay Simbayanan,
Okay, at nagbabalik po tayo at dahil 3 days to go na lamang po ang ating binibilang bago po sumapit ang ating pinaka-iintay, Father, pinaka-hihintay na halalan at actually, ito yung isa sa pinaghandaan talaga ng lahat, ano, Father, ang halalan ito. Bakit nga ba crucial ito, Father?
Alam niyo, pinag-uusapan kasi dito, hindi lamang 1 year, 6 years po. Pangalawa, ang usapin dito ay nandito tayo sa isang napakahirap na sitwasyon at ay ang pandemya. No? So we look forward that the one that will be elected as the president of our country will be able to help us transition and get out of this pandemic. So napakahalaga po, no? Ng kanyang papel na gagampanan. Sana ang boto mo, boto ko para sa ating bayan.
Yes, and of course, katuwang po ng mga pinuno natin sa executive, ano ho, so ang Pangulo, pangalawang Pangulo, kasama po yung mga senador, katuwang din po niyan ang ating mga legislators sa lower house, di ba, Father? At dyan nga po ang arena kung saan tumatakbo ang ating mga party list. So for the last time po, minsan pa'y balikan po natin itong party list. Kung hindi pa po kayo, wala pa po kayong naisusulat or pinaplanong isulat, actually sa inyong kodigo, na party list, ito na ho. Hopefully, magiging malinaw na po sa inyo mga kapanalig kung sino po yung nais ninyong maging isang party list representative. Isa lang. Oo. So ngayon kapiling po natin nagbabalik. Ito si Xavy Padilla, second nominee ng Buhay Party List. Good morning, Xavy.
Good morning, Miss Angelique. Good morning, Father Nolan. Good to see you again.
Yeah, good morning. Parang nakita kita, dumaan kayo dito sa ano? Dumaan kayo dito sa Tayuman. Sa Tayuman 2 or 3 days ago. No?
Oo po, palagi nagmo-motorcade. 3 days na lang. So, last night, we had a 5-hour motorcade around Manila. Medyo masakit yung katawan ko ngayon, pero game. It's our privilege to be here with you this morning.
Yes, okay. Father, ikaw muna ang magtanong, ha? Dahil mamaya na ulit ako para kay Xavy. Go ahead, Father.
Alam niyo, ang Buhay Party List, di ba? Pinag-usap, isa rin sa mga dapat tutukan niyo, ha? So, yung droga. Alam mo, laganap ang droga hanggang ngayon. Laganap pa rin. Ang daming buhay ang nasasayang dahil sa droga. Anong plano niyo dito? Matitigil pa ba ito o hindi na?
Actually, Father, first yung gusto ko sabihin, nasisilaw yata ako. Yung sa isabong, Father, for the past how many
Isabong
months?
mo, sige.
Uy, tatanong ko talaga sa iyo yun eh.
Kasi narinig ko kanina na you were talking about it. For the past few months na umiikot kami, nagka-campaign, talagang linalaban namin yung isabong sa mga tao. So when the President told them to shut down, we were very happy about it. Sobra kami natuwa. Because sa mga campaign namin, pag-ikot namin, you can see yung mga isabong places. Almost every street meron. Malapit sa mga simbahan, malapit sa mga paaralan. And from the stories na naririnig namin, marami talagang nasisirang buhay. So hopefully, tuloy-tuloy yung ban na yan. In this incoming Congress, we will try to really do our best to protect our Filipino family na hindi na bumalik yon, or at least if talagang pinupush nila, sobrang regulated, sobrang taxed. Now yung sa droga, Father, it's been 6 years yung war on drugs, pero parang wala masyadong nangyayari. There are no big fish na nakukuha. So as usual, as what we usually do sa Buhay Party List is we really will make a lot of noise about it. We really bring that up to the public and do our best to educate. Kasi yung party list naman, part of the legislative branch. But we don't need to be stuck in that branch. Pwede pa rin tayo magsalita, lumabas, mag-educate, mag-form ng mga tao para talagang labanan yung issue ng droga.
Yes, oo, kasi talagang it's a pervading problem at patuloy din yung ewan ko ba, saan ba ito nanggagaling? Saan ba, paano ba pumapasok nilalagay sa supot ng kape, di ba? Siguro yung manufacturing side din, kung baka meron din tayong mga manufacturing dito, kailangan din higpitan pa yan, or hindi lang higpitan, talagang itigil, hanapin at ipasara. So, yung mga batas natin dyan, kulang pa ba pagdating sa mga pagpapasara dito, pagtubis ito?
I think marami na tayong batas doon. It's about implementation and making sure na updated, let's say, yung mga consequences of the different laws that we have. Kasi yung iba medyo decades na from before. So, kailangan natin i-update, i-evaluate, and to make para matakot talaga yung mga tao, hindi lang siya, 1,000 pesos lang naman yung magiging multa if I do this. It has to be preventive. So yung sa Buhay Party List, we really want to take care of the people from conception hanggang natural death. So that includes yung length of their life. So kung may droga, and we see na marami talagang buhay na nasisira, hindi lang sa isabong pero sa droga din, we have to do something about it. And it's so easy. It's so easy to access drugs, even online. May nakikwento sa akin, yung mga dark web, mga ganyan. And these are unregulated internet things that we should really look into. Kasi 2022 na lahat, di ba, pwede ka mag-order online over the past 2 years. Lahat in-order online. And apparently, yung droga din, pwede mo rin i-order online. So we need to really regulate. Wala pa rin ata tayong laws to regulate these illegal transactions online.
Okay, thank you, Xavy. Okay, si Father ulit, dahil si Father is very much into education. So, Father?
Yes.
Oo. Isa pa, naalala ko nun yung mga, of course, naipasa yung RH. Di ba naipasa yung RH, no?
Yes, Father.
So, at dahil doon, alam mo naman kahit sa mga stunting ngayon, sa mga tindahan, yung condom, nandyan na sa harapan. Wala ba kang gagawin doon?
Yes, Father, that was very unfortunate nung pinasa yung RH. Talaga nasa kalye tayo noon, I remember. And during the voting, talaga iyakan, di ba? Because at that point, people were calling their congressman. We were very, very active in really trying to prevent it. And even nung pinasa yun, dinala sa Supreme Court to take out some provisions na unconstitutional. But you're right, Father, when you go to mga convenience stores, line of sight, yung mga contraceptives. So even kung bata ka, 10 years old, 12 years old, and you go buy a soft drink or buy ice cream, nakikita mo agad. It's right at the counter, right beside the cashier. So we really need to do something. We can advocate yung mga, kasi pinupush din yung GMRC na ibalik, di ba? So it should be in tandem with that, is taking care din of our children, because we want to protect the Filipino family. Yun yung palagi sinasabi namin as we go around during the campaign. And maganda yung feedback from the people, kasi we say, palagi tayo tumitingin sa iba, sa US, sa Canada, sa mga pamilya nila. We try to be like them. Pero ang daming nasisirang families doon because of divorce, because of all these other attacks on the family. Dapat maging proud tayo with our Filipino family, because we have such good values. Taking care of our grandparents, yung relationship of husband and wife, loving our children. Tayo dapat yung maging example for other countries. So we should be parang exporting our good values instead of importing these liberal values from other countries.
Bali alam ko may batas na tayo. Help me ha. May batas na tayo, for example, yung mga eskwelahan. Ilang metro sa mga eskwelahan ang hindi dapat may mga ganito. Di ba? For example, maraming mga bata rin ang nalulong sa mga computer shop. Maraming mga convenience store na malapit sa eskwelahan na nagtitinda talaga ng mga kondom. Baka pwedeng itong yung mga pagtuunan nyo ng pasin, kasi pag hindi natin nalagaan yung mga batang ito, sira na talaga. Once na nasira, hanggang pagtanda ito. No? So, may mga batas tayo, hindi ko alam kung ilang meters few meters away from the school, dapat walang ganito, walang mga internet, di ba? May mga distraction.
Internet shop, opo.
Distraction, no? So, how would you do that? Kasi isa rin sa mga nagiging distraction ng mga bata, hindi lamang yung isabong. Ang daming mga e-games na malalapit sa eskwelahan. Alam ko rin may polisiya na for example, yung mga bata hindi dapat pumasok sa mall na mga nung oras. May mga ganun tayo, di ba? So, sana yung mga bagay na to mabalik muli para to the consciousness of everybody na para naman maalagaan talaga natin ang magandang kinabukasan para sa ating mga kabataan.
Yes, Father, I agree with that. As the campaign went on for the past how many months, marami din tayong nakakausap na local leaders, mga LGUs, mga even down to the barangay level. And that's also feeling ko, it's also the promise that we've been making. All politicians go around, di ba? Every 3 years, umiikot sila, nagkakampaign, nangangako, but after they win, nawawala. So that's one of our promises. Kasi hindi kami politiko, hindi kami political background. I've been a missionary for 20 years. This is my first time to enter politics. So what we tell them is, yung mga sinasabi namin or yung mga promises namin, after elections, meeting pa rin tayo, mag-consult pa rin tayo, but let's influence the local as well. So itong mga batas that's already there or mga ordinances about computer shops, yung ilang meters from the school, maybe we can even put mga isabong, dapat hindi din malapit sa institutions of learning. It's really engaging with them and really pushing them to be more proactive in protecting the Filipino family.
Bali isa pa, no? So, yung grupo ng Kontradaya, nag-issue sila ng study, no? Na kung saan may mga party list group that are part of the political dynasty, may mga party list group na with court cases and criminal charges implicated in PDAF, no? Scams, no? May mga party list groups with connection to big businesses, no?
Yes.
May party list groups that are dubious, that have dubious advocacies, no? So party list groups with connection to government or military, no? So dahil sa nilabas na study na to, nakakatakot at tayo naman kita-kita natin na kung minsan pinaglalaroan nila yung party list, no? So sana yung grupo nyo rin na talagang buhay, pinangangalagaan ng buhay, anong gagawin nyo para muling aralin itong party list system na ito na naging daan din ng ibang mga politiko to perpetuate themselves.
Yes, Father. I saw that originally nandun yung Buhay sa listahan na yan when Kontradaya came out with their original list. Now we are supporting a certain candidate. So actually, minessage ko sila, sabi ko, please get your facts straight because itong study ninyo are being passed on sa mga Viber and all these things. Tas mali yung mga information about Buhay. So please, this is our chance to also explain na yung lumalabas dyan sa mga Viber message with Kontradaya and with Buhay listed there, hindi po totoo yun. And I've already messaged Kontradaya. And I hope that they correct their information. Pero yes, Father, yung sa party list, I think there's a lot of room for improvement because yung mga representative ng ibang party list, it's just a backdoor of political families to get into Congress, which is very unfortunate because they're supposed to represent a certain sector of society na pag sila yung umupo, hindi naman nila represent kasi wala namang silang batas na ginagawa to help that sector. But they're supposedly running for that sector. So hopefully if we get the chance to sit in Congress, that will be one of the major things that we will push, an overhaul of the party list system. And if it's not gonna work, we're even open to abolishing it. I mean, kung hindi siya nag-work.
Good luck to that, Xavy. Parang masyadong idealistic, ano? Kasi nga,
Yes.
alam mo naman, yung mga human nature, no? Hindi gagawa ang isang tao ng isang bagay na makakasama sa kanya.
Yes. That's why, Miss Angelique, wala rin tayong law on dynasties. Because, well, we all know the composition of Congress. It's hard to pass a law that will affect the people who are there. But maybe if we have enough media time and we are always engaging, just like this whole campaign that's going out because it's grassroots campaign, baka din sa dynasties and the issue of party list, pwede din magkaroon ng grassroots campaign that will really affect change.
Pwede magtanong, meron ba kayong sinusuportahan na presidente?
Actually, Father, we get to go to all presidents because party list is we are able to tawag doon, stage with different presidentiables because we want to promote our advocacy. Pero in our individual capacities, yun yung uso ngayon, di ba? Sa mga simbahan, mga diocese, mga religious groups, we're able to endorse also.
Personally, no?
Yes.
So, but not as a party list.
Yes, opo, Father. Yun yung uso ngayon.
O hindi kami nagpa-uso niyan, ha?
Okay. Alam mo, ang daming lumalabas na mga kung ano-anong klaseng information ngayon patungkol dun sa magiging conduct o yung paano maaring tumakbo ang eleksyon sa Lunes mismo, no? Like for instance, I don't know kung black ops ito or kung kanino kampo galing ito, pero apparently na may mga pag magpunta ka sa presinto, polling precinct, hindi ho sa police precinct, sa polling precinct sa Lunes, huwag kang magsusuot ng anumang bagay na mag-identify kung sino yung manok, no? Kung ba, wala kang kulay, hindi ka pipili na kunyari, pink ba yan, blue ba yan, red ba yan, gano'n. Kasi ayaw mong ma-identify dahil posible daw na pag nalaman noong poll watcher o kung sino man yung nandoon na maaaring mag-assist sa'yo, pwedeng gumawa ng paraan para masagi o madrawingan yung ballot mo.
Ano ba yan?
Actually, yun na nga. Kasi
Grabe
alam
ng
natin,
kalokohan,
sinasabi natin that the ballots are very sensitive, di ba? Na any other markings, anumang mga drawing o linya o kung ano man ang nandiyan dyan na hindi sa tamang lugar, maaaring makasira din sa yung validity ng balota. So, handa ba kayo sa ganitong eventuality? Javi, ano yung mga maaaring maipropose?
Yes, thank you, Miss Angelique. Well, we have our poll watchers also para magbantay din sa mga balota and sa process ng voting. I think what they discourage now is yung mga pangalan. I mean, yung mga kulay, wala namang problema siguro yun. Maybe tinatakot lang ng mga tao or just to be doubly cautious kasi very heated nga yung campaign ngayon, social media, ang daming nag-aaway. So maybe just to be on the safe side. But I'm sure of it na if you have the name of candidates on your clothes or in any items, yun yung bawal. Pero yung mga colors of t-shirts, hindi naman siguro bawal yun. What we're also looking at is yung mga voting for senior citizens and PWDs because we've got feedback that they will be gathered in one place, magvo-vote sila, pero hindi sila yung maglalagay ng ballot in the machine. Parang i-gather lang yung ballots and someone will do it for them. And that's one of the major areas of concern that we're seeing now. Kasi nga, hindi sila kasama dapat, di ba, yung botante yung maglalagay ng ballot. So that's one thing that we are bringing to the attention right now and I think it's still being discussed.
Actually, alam mo, ang maganda rin sana, kung meron naman talagang mga extra polling centers, yung mga pang-emergency para sa mga PWD, para sa mga senior, para sa mga heavily pregnant women, meron namang designated room for that. Bakit hindi mag-designate ng DCM doon? Bakit hindi mag-designate ng isang vote counting machine dun sa kwarto na yan, di ba? Kasi
yes.
Makes sense.
Actually, that's one thing that we're trying to convince them. Kasi these are yung mga COMELEC or mga precinct na local precincts. Siguro maybe there are too many. Pero that's one thing that we are bringing sa attention ng COMELEC. Na if i-gather mo sila in one place, maglagay na lang ng machine doon instead of i-gather tapos dadalhin sa precinct na lahat kasi walang babantay. So it's the sacredness of the ballot that we want to protect. Kasi nga, it's a very, very big election and we want to make sure na lahat ng voters who have taken their time and effort, kasi diba sabi nga nila, medyo baka mas matagal this time kasi gagather muna sa isang place, tapos by batch aakyat sa precinct. Kasi nga ayaw nila ng masikip yung line, social distancing and all that. So we really need to be extra vigilant.
Okay. Sandali lang ha, Javi, we will take a break at magpapatuloy tayo. Meron akong alam na tanong ni Father pero ibubulong ko muna kung itatanong niya. Sige, sandali lang sa pagbabalik ng ating programang Barangay.
Simbayanan!
Boses ng simbahan, kilos ng bayan, barangay, barangay, simbayanan, barangay, simbayanan.
Iba't ibang lasa, may salabat, turmeric at ampalaya. Idaan sa kaan, idalay herbal day na yan.
Alagaan ang kidneys. Uminom ng 8 basong tubig. Renalin, 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 araw-araw.
Mahalagang paalala, ang Renalin ay hindi gamot at hindi dapat gamiting panggamot sa anumang uri ng sakit.
Maakyat nga itong tore na to. Pwede kong ibenta ang makukuha kong bakal.
Alam mo ba na delikado ang gagawin mo? Maaari kang makuryente at mamatay.
Mamamatay? Ganun katindi?
Oo, maliban dyan, ang pagnanakaw, pagbibenta o pagbili ng anumang bahagi nito ay bawal sa ilalim ng Republic Act 7832 o Anti-Pilferage Act. Maaari kang makulong at magmulta. Kapag nakakita ng ganitong gawain, i-report agad sa 0917-847-6427 o 0918-847-6427.
Isang paalala mula sa NGCP.
Nabakunahan ka na ba? Ano pa ang hinihintay mo? Tara na't magpabakuna! Ayon sa kanyang kabanalan, Pope Francis, ang matiyak na ang halos lahat ng mga tao ay mapabakunahan ay tanda ng pagmamahal. Naniniwala akong sa etikal na pananaw, lahat ay dapat tumanggap ng bakuna. Ito ay isang moral na desisyon dahil ito ay tungkol sa buhay mo at sa buhay din ng ibang tao.
Boses ng simbahan, kilos ng bayan, barangay, barangay, simbayanan, barangay, simbayanan.
Okay, nagbabalik mo tayo. Kasama ko ang ating party list na panauhin second nominee na si Xavy Padilla. Father, does his name sound like something familiar to you?
Oo nga eh. Alam mo si Paddy and me, we share the same thing. I can feel that, no? Mahilig kaming kumain siguro.
Actually, yun yung tatanong ko, pero dinasina ko muna kay Father quietly, ano? Okay. On the side lang, how much involved are you? Kasi yung chain of restaurants is very popular, di ba? Sa mga grilled food.
Yes.
Ano ba yung bestseller niyo pa dyan?
Paris Point ba yan?
Actually, that is owned by yung cousin ko. So, yeah. Pero if you're pag lumalabas na kayo, labas tayo. Punta tayo dyan. Invite ko. Ang bahala sa inyo. After elections, ayaw ko na maakusahan na electioneering.
Okay. Speaking of food, ano, kasi pagkain talaga ngayon ang mahalaga sa atin, ano. Of course, sa kabila ng mga gamot or itong tamang treatment sa mga sakit natin. And again, ano, narinig na naman natin, asukal, angkat, may oversupply ng sibuyas ngayon, pero nakikita magkakaroon ng shortage in a few months. So ano yung mga nakikita niyo mga batas na pwede i-address ito? No, yung importation ng pagkain, itong mga kawalan ng facility para mag-cold storage, di ba? O yung mga farmers mismo nalulugi because binibili sila ng mga produkto nila ng mas mura sa kanilang puhunan. Yes, Happy.
Yes. It's very sad na agricultural country tayo, pero hindi tayo ma-keep up sa mga demands of local producers, yung mga big corporations, and they end up importing. So I think it's a long process kasi we want to maybe enhance yung mga local agricultural ways that we're doing it. If you look at other countries, maraming automation na ginagamit na nangyayari to make things easier. But I think it's a long process. We can do a lot of bills that will help automate or help the livelihood of our farmers and other producers. But I think that's the way to go. Automation, enhancing what we have now para talagang mag-level up yung especially that sector, the agricultural sector. Kasi we have so much land. Sinasabi nila na overpopulated. Pero if you just take a drive up north, tas look at your right and your left along the expressway or mga exits, there's so much land, agricultural land, na pwede pa natin gamitin. And it's the right use of our resources. Yun naman yung tawag sa atin, di ba? To use our resources correctly. Hindi natin ini-exploit in the wrong way, and to really help our brothers and sisters in all aspects of life, in all stages of life.
Balik, Xavy, saan yung last missionary area mo?
For the past 2 years, Father, for the past few years, I've been in the office. So, helping yung mga finances, administration. Pero I get to go on mission sa mga different provinces. Last out of the country mission po, I think, was in the US. I was able to go to the US for some conferences, Father.
Di ba nag-iikot kayo sa iba-ibang lugar sa bansa, no?
Yes.
Kitang-kita mo talaga ang kahirapan, no? So,
Yes, Father.
Yung sabi ko nga, one time kausap ko yung kapatid ko kasi pag umuwi kami sa bahay, sabi ko sa kapatid ko, parang wala namang nabago sa mga kapitbahay at nakikilala natin noon eh. So parang wala pa rin. So nakalugmok pa rin ang karamihan sa atin, nakagapos pa rin sa kahirapan. Anong gagawin ng party list ng Buhay para umangat naman ang buhay ng bawat Pilipino?
Yes, Father. Actually, even sa campaign, sa mga different areas that we've been able to go, you can see kasi nagmo-motorcade, umiikot, nag-house to house. Talaga, it's still an issue. For the past years, maybe even decades, it's the same issue. And one of the major things na nakita namin is, for the reason for that, is corruption. Marami talagang pera ang government. If you can see, there's so much, ayoko naman sabihin, pero yung mga politicians, ang lalaki ng bahay, lalaki ng kotse. And when they entered politics, hindi naman ganon. Tapos after 3 years, boom, wow, ang laki ng bahay, laki ng kotse. So it's really a problem of corruption. Maybe we can enhance, like I said kanina, yung mga effects or the consequences of corruption. Maybe the judiciary, we can speed it up, have more judges. May mga memes lumabas, di ba? Nung lumabas yung bar exam results, nagsasabi mga ibang tao, we don't need more judges or lawyers, we need more doctors, blah, blah, blah. Pero pag nung linabas naman na there are so many courts that are still empty, so maybe that's also a reason kung bakit mabagal yung justice system natin. But it's really a cause of corruption. We also need to have good values formation, bring back values formation in government para makita naman ng mga tao kung may takot sila sa Diyos, ba't nila binubulsa yung pera? Diba? Parang there's a disconnect. So in Buhay Party List, that's one thing where we really want to push na stop yung corruption. And that's another big fight that we're getting ready for, because it's going to be very unpopular. Unpopular not with the people, but unpopular with politicians.
And good luck talaga sa inyo, ha, Xavy, sa inyong mga kasamahan dyan sa Buhay Party List. At we wish you all the best, ano, at sana'y talagang ang ating audience ay nakita itong mga magandang adhikain ninyo at bigyan kayo ng pagkakataon, ano,
Thank you.
sa eleksyon na ito. So with that, thank you so much, Xavy. And to all your yung mga fellow nominees mo, sila Von. Sino pa ba yung pangatlong nominee ninyo? Si attorney. Okay. So hanggang sa muli, God bless you guys.
Thank you, Angelique. Thank you, Father. Buhay 166 po. Sa likod ng balota. Baka makalimutan nyo. It's in the back.
Okay, salamat.
Thank you.
Bye. Thank you, Xavy. Yan po si Xavy Padilla, second nominee ng Buhay Party List, number 166. Nasa likod ng balota. Baka one page na po ang pipila pa natin. Sayang po yung party list ay nasa likod.
Parang alam ko na ang binoto mo, Ate Angelique, sa party list.
Alam na this. Okay. And truly. Okay. Ay po, merong 3 minuto na lamang. Magkinig na po tayo sa ating mabuting balita at sa malaman na maikling reflection ni Father Nolan. Ay, Father, sandali lang. Wala na po ba tayo